1, 2, 3, 4, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life.
Hey guys, how's it going today? So we are in desperate cleanup mode right now.
Yeah.
Because, like I told you yesterday, our friends are coming out tonight to visit, friends that we haven't seen in a while, and we're going to do our best to convince them that we're not total slobs.
Right.
So, everything has to be put away. Girls, you have not done an ounce of your portion of the cleanup. It looks like you've been playing uncleanup. Guys, just so you know that at one point it did look like this, even for a brief period of time.
I know. You know what though? We gotta start packing.
I know.
That needs.
And you're not talking about for Florida, are you?
Nope, I'm not talking about for Florida. Yes,
At least here
I
part
know
of
it's gonna
moving.
suck here, but think how awesome it is to be like moving in to the last house. Like, we'll own it. It'll be ours.
Yep. It'll be nice.
We can put as much crap as anywhere we want, as much as we want, and call it ours.
No, that'll be nice, but
Moving is never fun.
moving this stuff. Oh, it feels like we just did it like 6 months ago. It's more like 8 months ago now, I
It's
guess.
like 8, yeah. But you could feel like it was 6 months ago if you want.
We should probably go eat before our company gets here.
Yes.
I don't know if we're gonna vlog when they're here or not. I don't know.
know.
I don't know.
We'll play the mood out.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to force that on. Ben can deal with it because he's been used to it.
Wow,
But
that's nice.
but well, Ben has dealt with it, but Rebecca we don't know as well.
Some of our vlogs before.
Oh yes. Anybody remember the Brazilian wax?
Oh dear. Yes. I was thinking more along the time lapse where he just stared at you guys for a while.
That was pretty good
Back
too.
away.
Ben is a great vlogger. We didn't vlog anything while they were out.
We didn't.
Maybe next time I would be okay
A
with
bit
it.
more,
But
yeah, and maybe
this,
if there was more people, like a few
Yeah.
more people out.
yeah,
when
this
they
time,
were out.
this was really the first chance that we really got to hang out with Rebecca for an
Yeah.
extended period of time. So
And she's awesome.
I was like, let's not immediately
She's so
subject
cool.
her to, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What do you want to do, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody else has had, a year and a half to adjust to our
Shenanigans.
so we didn't pester her too much, but it was a good evening. It was nice it ended up just being Ben and Rebecca. One of our other friends managed to come out tonight, but it worked out nice because we got to catch up with Ben and get to know
Kind of
Rebecca.
get to know Rebecca a little
Yep.
bit, and she's really sweet.
Develop a comfort level.
Right.
I have a hair in my mouth.
And she likes to make Ben lose games as much as we do, which is funny. Because Ben is really good at, like, every game that we've ever played, pretty much.
Ben's good. He keeps things interesting.
He does. He's the challenge. He's the person that you want to beat. And Rebecca knows that, too.
Jessica and Rebecca were very
gamed
interested
up.
in beating
We
Ben.
kind of teamed up, like girl power.
Girl power.
Girl power is a thing,
It has been a thing.
We also learned a lot about flags tonight.
We did. And that Frosted Flakes in England are not Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes in England are the cheap knockoff of Frosted Flakes, which are called Frosties.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Cereal trivia.
Cereal trivia. They're called Frosties. Wonder if they have Cheerios.
Oh, you should ask.
We're going to have to do further research on the cereal subject.
Oh, but Lucky Charms,
Lucky Charms?
they cannot be legally sold as cereal. They have to sell it as candy. So you find Lucky Charms in a candy store.
For ridiculous prices. We
Yeah.
offered to buy her an American
said
sack of Lucky Charms to take home with her.
She said it was like 8 pounds, and I was like,
10
what?
pounds.
Well, they later decided it was more like 8 pounds.
Oh, okay.
But they said 10 pounds is like 15 or
$15.
16 American dollars.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous for a box of what we call just cereal. And like Derek said, you could get like a sack of the knockoff Lucky Charms for like $4 probably.
Yeah. All right, so I'm in my bedroom, so you know that means that we're wrapping up the vlog. But before we do today, we
I have a hangnail.
have a hangnail.
Ow.
This is breaking news, everyone.
It's on my pinky.
This was unplanned.
Right there. Anyway.
It's the real news. What we actually decided we were going to do is do a book recommendation before we ended the vlog.
Yeah.
Because I think we've talked about this before, but I started last year and I've recently-ish gotten Jessica into the mood for audiobooks while we commute to work. It helps pass the time, and we're getting books in, which we may not have had time for otherwise. And I don't know. I've really enjoyed it. I think she's enjoying it
I'm
because she's
loving
still
it.
picking books out.
Yeah.
But we decided that we're going to give you something we've listened to recently that we can recommend that we really enjoyed. We were laughing because this is the point where like most people would be like, make sure you go to audible.com to get your subscription, but we aren't affiliated with Audible at all, so we can tell you that.
We do love Audible.
We do love Audible quite
Definitely
a bit.
recommend it.
So, so that's what we go through to get our audiobooks. But so, do you want to start or go second?
I have two.
Okay.
I'll go, I guess.
Okay.
So my first one is a series that I initially started reading.
This
It
was
like
what
one of the
I
first
thought was
ones.
going to be her recommendation.
Yes.
I think, if I'm right.
And it's the Selection
Yup.
series. So the first book is called The Selection, and then it goes from there. But it is like a mixture between the classes of Hunger Games and also The Bachelor, like, kind of. So definitely highly recommend that. And like the offshoot books like The Queen and The Guard and the Prince. Those are just like offshoots of the different characters. Also recommend those. And she just came out with a new book, The Heir, that is like, you'll just have to read it. So
Yep.
that's my first. My next one that I'm reading right now is called The Red Queen, and it is awesome. It's really cool. It's kind of, I don't know how I would describe it. Basically, the world is split into silver-blooded people and red-blooded people, and the silver-blooded people have these extraordinary powers, and I think it's kind of like a rebellion story.
Mhm.
Like the red-blooded people are fed up, but there is one red-blooded girl who just found out some pretty interesting things, and
You have to
I
check
don't
it out
want
to
to. I
find
don't
out
want
what
to give
it
it
is.
away.
You have to check it out.
Yeah.
The one that I just got done reading, I'm rolling over because I'm going to be more comfortable this way, is The Shining by Stephen King. If anybody knows me, I'm a pretty big Stephen King fan,
Yes.
which is a story all on its own, but that's for
Yes.
another time. Of how I got into Stephen King.
Wasn't it
But-
just that like one person heard that you liked a particular Stephen King?
I was in a bookstore one day with my mother. We're doing the story now.
Yeah, you got it.
I was in a bookstore with my mother. I had never read a Stephen King book before, and being from Maine, I thought I should read a Stephen King book. So I picked up a book off the shelf, bought it. My mother was with me. It was The Gunslinger, also a very good Stephen King book, not my recommendation for the month. So my mother proceeded to tell everyone in our family that Derek was getting into Stephen King.
Yeah.
Because I bought this one book that I read. So for the next 5 years, and still occasionally, but
Yes.
for 4 or 5 years, all I would get at Christmas is exclusively Stephen King books. I have a bunch of Stephen King books that I've never read because I just could not keep up with all the books that people were giving me. That first Christmas, I must have gotten 15 or 20 Stephen King books from different family members, all because I was
One.
getting into Stephen King. And I'm not going to complain because I ended up actually really liking a lot of his books, but it was
Goodness.
it was just like, oh my
Otherwise, you'd be
god,
like,
I'm
oh my
getting
gosh,
Stephen King
all
books
this-
from everywhere.
All this crap.
Yeah. and birthdays, or like anytime a family member goes to a lawn sale and they find Stephen King books, they'll be like, oh, hey, I found some Stephen King books that I brought over for you. So I've got a lot of Stephen King books.
But anyway.
Anyways, the one I just read that I don't think I actually have a book copy of, but I wanted to read for a while is The Shining, which I'd seen the movie before. Stanley Kubrick movie is very good. But it's very different from the movie. There's some big differences. And it was a really, really good read.
Better than the movie?
I think it was better than the movie.
You do.
But it's very good, like, scary novel. Just because, like, outside of the weird stuff that is bound to happen in a Stephen King book, just the idea that it's this husband, wife, and their little boy up at this hotel in Colorado, and a lot of the terrifying things that happen in the book are just based on the fact that they are snowed in, they're the winter caretakers, and they're snowed in there, and like you're basically stuck there for the winter at this point. So it's like very isolated, and it's a good read. Listen, either way. The narrator wasn't my favorite, the guy who did the recording of the ones that I've had, but the book itself was worth it.
All the narrators for all of the selection series, perfect.
So there's our book recommendations. I'm going to have some editing to do, or just a really long vlog with this, because we've almost talked 10 minutes just on these book stories. But no, I just thought since we've been listening to so many books, that might be a fun little thing to do, to just throw out some recommendations of what we've read recently.
Also, okay, this is... I just like all these books I read. The Arcana series is really good. And I don't know who that's by. Hold on, let me look.
The first book is The Poison Princess, in case anyone's wondering.
Yes. It goes Poison Princess, Endless Night, and then Dead of Winter. And it's by Cressley Cole, read by Emma Galvin. Very good. Very good. I don't know. I've liked all the ones that I've read.
So there you go. There's Jessica's recommendations. I'm going to stick with The Shining for now. It's an oldie but a goodie. And we're going to end the vlog because I'm going to run out of time on this recording. And
30 seconds.
So thanks for watching today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those stuff. Let us know if there's any books you've been checking out that you have enjoyed. And we'll be back with another video for you tomorrow. But until then, bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna see, then come along with me, that's right. And if you want a good tomorrow, it's pretty simple, gotta